Hello, everyone. So, I'm really interested to know what that last exercise brought up in you. What did you feel? What did it mean to you? Just let's take some sharing and see what happened. Catherine.
Hi, everyone. What it brought up for me was the clarity that there's only two choices. I mean, to me, that makes it so much just clear that, that's not muddled up. It's either love or it's fear, period.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Isn't that so great?
Yes, it is. It just makes it's not easy, but it makes it seem like an easier thing to do. It's choose one of two things.
Yes. Yes. Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks so much. Yeah. Leanne.
Hi. Hearing, hi. Hearing first the I and then the you for me was really, really powerful. And what it said to me is, one, I have spiritual partners who are paying attention. And two, I have spiritual partners who are helping hold me accountable. And for me, that's kind of what this whole gathering is about, and the whole spiritual partnership program is about. And it's not just about me doing the work, it's about we doing the work.
Yeah, that's really beautiful, isn't it? Such a beautiful feeling to know that we're supporting each other.
Yeah.
Indirectly, the things that are most important.
And also, you can fine tune that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Say not that my spiritual partners are holding me accountable, but they are alert and compassionate and loving toward me and want to support me in becoming more aware of what I'm choosing. They allow me to have my own choice. If I want to choose fear, anger, jealousy, they're not going to blame me. But they'll do their best to point out that is a frightened part of my personality, and do I want to look at it? But they're not going to try to change me. If they try to change me, they're pursuing external power, and that's driving with the brakes on. They're going to support you because you are holding yourself accountable. But even that could be fine-tuned a little bit. The word accountable has, well, to me anyway, a little bit of a disciplinarian kind of a feel to it. You could say the universe holds you accountable, but it does not. You are accountable. That's karma. You experience what you create in your life. You create with each intention of love and each intention of fear. And you experience those consequences. What an exquisite learning system this is. No one is ever judged. No one is ever blamed. No one is rewarded. No one is punished. And yet, awareness develops. And a natural desire for that which is most fulfilling. And you experiment. Every individual personality experiences, well, I think I like some fulfillment in my life. I think I'll just have sex as much as I can. I tried that for years. It doesn't work. No, it just does not work. Other people say, well, I think I'm going to be worth $6 million by the time I'm 35. That won't work either. Other people will say, I'm going to impress people with 3 degrees or with a beautiful family. That doesn't work. No.
If the intention is coming from fear.
If the intention is coming from fear.
Right.
But when the intention is coming from love, then you put yourself on a different road.
Yeah.
The universe doesn't hold you accountable. You discover for yourself that the choice of love produces more desirable for you experiences than the intentions of fear. And after a while, you begin to make more intentions of love. That's what we ask you to do in the very first few minutes of this event. We said we don't ask you to believe anything that we say as so, but to experiment with it, with what you resonate with. Not even the whole thing, just what you resonate. Experiment with that and see what it produces in your life. Become an experimenter in your life, not just an experiencer of your life. Well, thank you so much. That's beautiful, Sharon.
Great to see you too. Yeah.
You too.
Barbara.
Hello, everybody. About 2 weeks ago, I suddenly made a decision which was very loving, but it had always appeared very unkind. Within hours of making that decision and speaking it to the other person, both my daughter and my son called me independently because they had both made similar decisions in their lives right then. And they wanted to know if they could come and live here. Independently, they wanted to know this. And I said, sure. You know, and it's theoretically impossible. We've got 2 bedrooms. We all had to downsize. It was like, so what? This is our opportunity to learn how to talk with each other and to love each other properly, you know, really love, and to get things right. So we just did it. What?
There was a problem with Gary's phone.
My iPhone intruded.
So Barbara, this sounds like a really powerful experience that you're having.
It's very powerful, and what I just learned from this, what we're doing now, is an extension of it. Because between the first, the I exercise and the you exercise, I realized that I had pain in my chest, and I wondered what that is all about. And I just suddenly I realized, well, you know, I could come from I could give up worrying about whether I'm doing this exercise right or not, and just do it with some joy. And actually, I have some authority, and actually, I am a human being. And I have the right to be one, and it doesn't matter whether I'm advanced or way back down at 2 years old, and doesn't matter. And I was able to speak with joy, both Kathy and Catherine, and that means a lot to me. And let's see, I had a note here, and I can't read it. But the idea is that a couple also.
You said what's important. You said what is so important, Barbara.
Yeah, and
a
lot. Excuse me. Yes, it is important. And a life coach that I had started working with.
So Barbara, what I'd like to do is I really loved what you had to say.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that other people also get to share.
Yeah.
And also, Barbara,
thank you.
Also, what you said was so clear and so beautiful, and I could feel your joy.
Yes, I could too.
I would suggest that you be with that.
Be with it.
And feel it. And appreciate that you are feeling such joy, and experiment with that.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
It's good to hear you.
Regina.
Hi. This experiment was very helpful for me in seeing when I was the I am responsible. It takes away all the blame, all the judgment, all the other stuff out there, and puts it, what am I doing here? Am I responsible for loving or am I responsible for being afraid and fearful? And when I said you, that took that responsibility, everything out there away from me. It is what it is out there. So it and getting back to being stuck in the box, you know, I've used the analogy of a box cutter so often, and it just puts a new intentional reality to that box cutter. I can use that in a different, more conscious way now. So it is, yeah, it's great.
Excellent,
Thank you.
Regina. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Denny.
There we go. Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
You know, when we did the I portion, I just felt a greater awareness of how authentically powerful each moment can be. Use it. And in the second part, very clear to me how in the past, you know, when I could make a statement like that, in other words, I'm telling somebody something or I'm ordering them, and that's coming from fear versus coming from love and supporting them with that. Very clear. Beautiful exercise. Loved it. Thank you.
Oh, good. I love the distinction that you made about you could say you are responsible from a loving place, not from a fearful place. So thank you. Thanks, Denny. It's great to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's see. Teresa. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Teresa.
Yeah, my experiences when I said I alone am responsible, I felt it in my heart. It's like I believe that, and I've been practicing that, and I believe it, and I had no problem with it. It's like, yeah, I am responsible. And then as soon as you said that we were going to say you alone, I just felt this reaction come up. I just felt like my heart is like, I felt a big constriction in my heart. And I was very surprised at how strongly I felt this. And so I didn't want to be in fear, and I wanted to shift to love. And I just thought what my thoughts were I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I don't want anyone to, you know, the frightened part of my personality wants, you know, to be liked, and I don't want to tell anybody. But so I was committed to, you know, shift that to love. So I just stayed in that space. And as soon as we broke off and went into the room, you know, I saw my spiritual partners, and one of them began to say it. And I could still feel a bit of that reaction in my body. But as soon as I saw my spiritual partner, you know, doing the experiment, I just felt the big shift. I'm like, yes, I want to be here and I want to support. And, you know, the loving part of my personality, you know, wants to support others. And I easily it just shifted. And when it was my turn, I was able to speak with clarity because I was coming from love. And I really wanted to support, you know, my spiritual partners. So that's a really great experience.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you.
Strong.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah. So Claire.
Hello, everyone. Nice
Hello,
to see
Claire.
you all. Hi. What really resonated with me, especially more so when someone said you are responsible, was also the part about every moment, in every moment, because it lifted some sort of, well, you could say a box of places where I would find it easier to maybe make that choice in my life, and other places where I'm like, oh, it's not possible for me to do that because fearful parts think that, you know, there's judgment coming from here, or I feel insecure, or whatever it was. It just opened up the possibilities every part and every moment. I'm like, wow, that's the life way to create. My imagination is going wild with ways to choose experiences and what that can do. So thank you very much.
Oh,
You're
I'm
welcome.
excited to see where this takes
Yes.
you, Claire.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. Mhm. Beautiful. Thank you. We're not gonna have time for everyone. Darn. Maritza, we'll come back to. Go ahead, Maritza.
Hello.
Hi.
To me, this was such a beautiful reminder, very clear and concise, that I have a choice. Because I feel many times when I'm in those frightened parts, I don't feel that I'm responsible or that I have a choice.
Mhm.
So to me, this was just so beautiful and so clear
Mm.
that I can say that to myself every day, every moment. So I just love that. And the power when someone said you, I could feel the love, the energy, the support. And when I said it, I was sending my love and my support to my spiritual partner. So it's just beautiful.
Oh, thank you so
Thank you.
much. That's really.
I think what you're what you're talking about, and what
Mhm.
Teresa was just talking about, is when you say you, that is the most loving thing you can do, provided you're doing it in love.
Mm-hmm.
Because when somebody's in a frightened part of their personality, if you help them indulge that, if you
Don't say anything.
if you don't say anything, if you're asked or if they're open and you don't say anything, that's not loving. That's not loving, because they're in pain. They're in pain because they're not aware that they're acting on and experiencing a frightened part of their personality. And you are reminding them, you are responsible for this.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Yeah.
And if that causes an emotional reaction, which it might, then you know that you are correct. And if they are a spiritual partner and they have an emotional reaction, they know that you're telling them something that they need to listen to, or they wouldn't be reacting.
Mm-hmm. Giving them an opportunity.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Because
Maritza.
friends won't do that. Friends will say, oh my goodness, that happened. I'm so sorry. Well, don't talk to that person. But that doesn't help anything.
Mm-hmm. No.
You are pointing them toward real power.
Indeed.
And that's loving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much. This is great. And I'm going to call on one more person, Pamela.
Hey, Gary. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Pamela.
When I did the first time of the exercise, I felt myself going into feeling not worthy to say I'm responsible. And I felt that, and then I was able to shift into my heart and then speak. And then as I started to speak to my other spiritual partners, then everything opened up, and it was very, very loving.
Mm.
When it came to sharing about the you, again, it reminded me of where I have spoken to others from a frightened part, trying to manipulate and change them and saying you are responsible, but it wasn't coming from love. And so that came up, and then I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to put that on anybody. And again, I felt that. So then I shifted into a loving space. And then again, as I began speaking it to my spiritual partner, everything opened up. And I was really, really grateful to have been able to shift in the moment. Whereas in years past, I would have stayed in that trigger and would have never been able to fully open my heart. Whereas this time it was almost instantaneous in letting that go.
Yeah, you've been practicing. That's why you can do that.
Yes.
Doing that. It shows, doesn't it? It's really beautiful. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I love these sharings. It's so beautiful, beloved. So powerful. And I was thinking that, first of all, you have a handout, a couple of them, because you're going to be doing an experiment in a little while, your experiment 3. And I'd like you to look over this handout. It's called the handout, Things to Notice Fear. And there's also one that had, and just look and see what things are in you, what you see in you. And then also there's handouts, things to notice love. And so you can look at both of those and just see where you fit into those, what parts of you that you see in yourself.
And when you see yourself in things to notice fear, that's what you can challenge. And when you see yourself in the things to notice love, that's what you can cultivate.
Indeed, indeed. So I'd like to look at visual 35 right now.
Becoming a spiritual person requires consciousness of your intentions and taking responsibility for your choices. Consciousness and responsibility are the key words.
Yeah. So, thank you. So we're going to do a little exercise right now. This one is to prepare you to do your experiment that you're going to be doing with your larger breakout group. So you get a chance to be with 5 or 6 other people that you may not have been with before. They won't be the same, or at least the odds are they won't be the same as the people that you met with yesterday. And you'll be doing this wonderful exercise, and it's choosing your intentions consciously is what it's called. And Levitt, could we just do a little exercise to get them prepared for that right now?
Yes, let's do a short exercise.
Short one.
Really short. Close your eyes. Relax. Ask your intuition. In what areas of my life do I need to become aware of my intentions so that I can make choices of love rather than fear? In other words, in what areas of my life could I become a freestyler? Open your eyes. On your break, write what comes to you, what has just come to you.
Exactly.
And what does come to you. Look for behaviors in the things to notice fear in yourself.
In that handout.
In that handout.
Right.
And in others when you join your next breakout group.
Yeah.
And that'll be coming up soon.
You may notice things about yourself that you didn't even think of. Just like the other handout we gave you, this one is a quite a long list of things to notice fear that we have over the years. We've been compiling this list because these are things that come up when people are with each other and often in groups, like you'll be seeing. So you'll notice some of these things in you when you're in your group. You'll also notice some things that happen with other people in your group as well, that they may or may not see. But it's just being aware, oh, this is a frightened part of me. I didn't see it that way before. And then you can do something about it because you can change your intention from that part of you that is in fear at that moment to another part of you. And you've been seeing people talking about doing that in the moment. Even, oh, this is coming from fear. I don't want to do that. And then find a way to come from love. And you can look at the things to notice loving handout to see where you may want to go, what you may want to do next, rather than stay in the fearful part of your personality. So I would recommend, that you really study it. And write down, Gary just gave you a meditation, write down the things that you notice in yourself on your 30-minute break. You have a break to take care of yourself, to do what you need to do for about 30 minutes. And then you'll go into your breakout group in 30 minutes. I'm just thinking if there's anything else I wanted to say. No, I think that's it, except I want, Missy, if there's anything you need to share with everyone so that they can be sure they know what they need to do on this break, that would be great. If there's any slide or whatever else we need.
And we'll see you.
Nope.
And we'll see you later.
Yes.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Linda. So like Linda mentioned, we're going to be going on a 30-minute break. So this is going to be one of our 2 longer breaks, similar to what we had yesterday. So it's going to be a perfect time for you to be able to stretch your legs, get a meal, but most importantly, write in the journal what's come to you based on that meditation that Gary and Linda just walked us through. And then when you return to your desk or to your computer, you want to make sure that you're ready for that larger group breakout. You're going to be on a 90-minute breakout. So we want to make sure that you have your experiment 3, choosing your intentions consciously. And along with that, make sure you have the Authentic Power Guidelines handout, as well as the things to notice love and the things to notice fear. And and the helpful breakout group guidelines. So you want to make sure you have all of those with you for that 90-minute break. But for now, we'll let you have this time. We'll be back here at the top of the hour with the support team because they're going to discuss with you what you'll expect on the second large group breakout. So enjoy your time. See you at the top of the hour.